Good evening, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. Welcome to this GK Marathon for the upcoming examination, which is CMAT. We are done with testnet as well. Now CMAT is the only examination that is left that tests you on general awareness. Okay, so as promised that we shall continue this session even after testnet. We are going to have it till CMAT, till the date CMAT is conducted. We shall be having it on a weekly basis, right? Now, testnet turned out to be very unexpected, especially the general awareness section was very much. There were very few questions in static GK, and mostly there were questions related to government schemes, and that asked a lot of them. Okay, so exams can be very unpredictable, and CMAT, you know that it is very random. Very random sort of GK questions are asked. So we'll try to have some questions from different spheres. Okay, both current affairs as well as static for this examination. Okay, so the ones who are watching for the first time, right? Let me tell you how to just join it. You have to go to the site menti.com and it will ask you for a code. Okay, you can use the code 92898917 to join this quiz. Okay, I'm sure you are able to see this. Right, so please go to the site menti.com. It will ask you for a code. You just need to enter this code in order to join this contest. Okay, so please let's join fast and then we shall begin with this quiz. Okay, so we have around 8 participants already there, and let's have some more participants and then we shall start it. Okay, so the rules are very simple. Like you will be given, we'll have 40 questions. Okay, and the questions, you will get 30 seconds to answer the question, and the faster you answer, the more points you get. Okay, so the thing is, basically, the like it's a point-based game, and many of you must have already participated in this previously. Okay, so like if you are quick in answering the questions and you get the questions right, you get the maximum points. Okay. Yeah, so I think now the screen is clear, right? So there was some issue. I think now you can see yourself, right? So just open another tab and enter the site name menti.com, the URL menti.com, and it will ask you for a code. Just enter this code. Okay. All right. So let's start then. So we already have people in double digits. Right, let's start, and as more people join in, they can participate. Let's begin with the first question. The main branch of the Ganges in Bangladesh is known as what? Teesta, Padma, Surma, Muhuri. The main branch of Ganga in Bangladesh. So we know that Ganga consists of different branches, right? It flows in Bangladesh as well. Starts from Gangotri in Uttarakhand, flows through the states of Uttarakhand, then Uttar Pradesh, then Bihar, West Bengal, and then deposits in the Bay of Bengal. So it has tributaries in Bangladesh as well. Yes, the right answer is Padma. All right, so let's see the next question. Syed Haider Raza's birth centenary was recently observed. He was a renowned poet, dancer, painter, journalist. His 100th birthday was very recently observed. What was he famous for? A poet, dancer, painter, or journalist? Syed Haider Raza. Very recent news. Okay, you should read about these things also, like some personalities and all. Right, if someone's 100th birthday or something is being celebrated. Okay, so mixed responses. He was a painter, right? I mean, he was born in February 1922. That's why 100th year of celebration. Then he moved to France at a very early age, and he stayed there forever. Right? I mean, till his death, he was in France itself, and but he was born in India, so an Indian by birth. He's a famous painter. He died in 2016 at the age of 94. Right? Recently, his birth century was observed. Okay, so let's see the next question. Who is the author of 1971 Charge of the Gorkhas and Other Stories? Prabhat Kumar, Gautam Chintamani, Rekha Chaudhary, Rachna Bisht Rawat. 1971 Charge of the Gorkhas and Other Stories. This book was launched recently, okay, on like the occasion of the 50th uh, anniversary of the liberation of Bangladesh. Is the right answer is Rachna Bisht Rawat. She is the author of all of you. Most of you got this one correct. Good to see that. Let's see the next question. Recently, India's first water taxi service was inaugurated in which state? Maharashtra, Gujarat, West Bengal, Kerala. So you do not lose any points, right? You do not get any points. Let's say, like if you answer it incorrectly, you get 0 points. But if you answer it correctly, then depending on the time you do, so the maximum possible is 1,000. So let us say, I don't know what is the exact timing thing, but let's say a person who answers within 2 seconds will obviously get more points than the one who answers in 7 seconds, and so on. So India's first water taxi that was inaugurated in Mumbai, right? Mumbai to Navi Mumbai. Okay, so if you read about this news, you must have got the answer, and most of you got this one answer correct. So the ones who started watching now, you can just go to the site menti.com, and it will ask you for a code. Use the code 92898917. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next question. Where are Lodhi Gardens located? Agra, Lucknow, Hyderabad, Delhi. Lodhi Gardens. The tomb of Sikandar Lodhi is also there. Okay, so located in Delhi. If you are from Delhi, so you must have heard of this monument for sure. Even if you are not, you should be knowing these different monuments, right? So where are the different tombs of different rulers of India? Okay, so that is this the answer is Lodhi Gardens are in Delhi. Okay, next question. The World Economic Outlook report is released by which organization? Okay, so most of you answered the right answer. That is, these are released by IMF, not by World Bank. Okay, so this is something related to, you can say that related to these organizations. right? What are the reports and all those things they release, right? So do read about these organizations. What do they do, especially the organizations of UN? Okay, so it is the IMF that releases this World Economic Outlook report. Well, here's the next question. Who was the host of World Tourism Day 2021? Or rather, which country was the host of this? Cote d'Ivoire, Mexico, Spain, or India? World Tourism Day is celebrated every year on 27 September. Okay, and like for different years, they have different countries that host it. Okay, so this time the host was Cote d'Ivoire. Okay, India also has been host in the past. I think in 2019, India was the host. This time the host was Cote d'Ivoire. Okay, and the day is observed on 27 September 2021. So these important days, when are they observed, themes, and if some country is hosting those are things that one must cover in their preparation. Next question. Which of these countries is not a neighbor of Ukraine? Bulgaria, Hungary, Romania, Poland. Now, it might look appear to be a static question, but yes, it holds importance in current events as well. Right. The Russian-Ukrainian war going on. So maybe indirect questions, which obviously would remain static also, but relevant to current events as well. Okay, different answers. Okay, so Poland has neighbors, like it has Russia, it has Belarus, it has Poland, it has Slovakia, Hungary, Romania, Moldova. I think there's these are the neighbors that they have, right? Apart from that, they have Slovakia, Belarus, Russia, and Moldova. So it has 7 neighboring countries. Okay, and Bulgaria is not a neighbor of Poland. Okay, so sorry, not a neighbor of Ukraine. So Poland and Hungary, I'm sure you must have heard of, right? That they were saying that they will. It was in news that how other countries will supply arms and ammunitions to Ukraine, right? Because they cannot enter Ukraine, so they will supply through these countries: Hungary, Romania, Poland, etc. Okay, so even like in order to evacuate people from those countries, okay, they will like they will take help of these countries because these are the neighbors of Ukraine. Okay, all right. So let's see the next one. So after 10 questions, we shall have the leaderboard, and this is the ninth question. Two more questions to go before we look at the leaderboard. The first time that will be seen. The money raised to begin developing an idea for a business or a new product is called initial public offering, Series A funding, bottom line, seed capital. Now you are going to appear for CMAT. It is going to have a section called innovation and entrepreneurship. So I have put a few questions, and not many, of this thing as well. And we should have some classes on this also on our YouTube channel. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you get the notification when are we going to post those classes, right? So starting tomorrow, we should have some sessions on innovation and entrepreneurship also, like just some general topics that what are the things that one must cover. Okay. Yes, most of you answered it correctly. The right answer is seed capital. So initial public offering is basically that when a company gets listed on the stock market, that is called initial public offering, right? So the funding that you give, like get in the beginning to start the business, that is called seed capital, right? Now what happens is, let's say like you have some idea, but it requires some infrastructure, or you cannot start with your own money, right? So then either you take loan or you get funding from investors, that is called seed capital. Okay, or you can start using your own money also, that is called bootstrapping. Okay, if you start on your own money, that is called a bootstrap startup. Then at certain stage you want to scale the startup, so then you get series A funding. Okay, then series B, then series 3. So 3 stages of different line or things of funding, and bottom line is basically the profit in it. Where to join? So just go to the site menti.com. You can see on the top of the screen menti.com. Open it on another tab. It will ask you for a code. You can use the code 92898917. All right, so let's move on to the next question. And after this, we shall look at the leaderboard of the top 10 players thus far. Maharatna status is granted to a company that has recorded more than dash crores of net profit for 3 consecutive years. So Maharatna, Navaratna, Mini Ratna, these are different categories of PSUs in India. Okay, so depending on the revenue, the turnover, okay, net profit for a certain number of years, they assign the these titles. Okay, Maharatna, Navaratna, and Mini Ratna. Okay, so Maharatna companies are those that have uh, net profit of more than 5,000 crores for 3 consecutive years, right? So I think there are some 10, 11 companies in this category, okay, which are the biggest PSUs of India. These are called Maharatna, right? Very large companies and earning over 5,000 crores of profit for 3 continuous. All right, so let's see the leaderboard now and see that who has been the best player thus far. Okay, so Damru is always there in the leaderboard. So Sebastian is the leader. Sebastian is first with 7,868 points. Then we have Damru Chacha. Damru is constant. Sometimes he's Damru Bhaiya, Damru Chacha, right? First name is constant, last name keeps changing. Then we have Singhania ji. Then we have Priyansh from NIT Raipur. Nice. The Dr. Centipede, the Nun and Only Vishu, Age, the Deesh Mali and KB. Okay, so new players can join in. You can just open on another tab, use the coupon code that 92898917, and you can participate in the quiz and compete with these, right? So we are done with just 10 questions, 30 more questions to go. You can see yourself in the leaderboard in the coming questions. All right, so let's move on to the next question. India has 4 currency printing presses. Which of the following is not one of them? Devas in Madhya Pradesh, Nasik in Maharashtra, Hubli in Karnataka, Salboni in West Bengal. There are 4 places in India where these currency notes are printed. Which of the following is not one of these places? So 3 are correct, 1 is incorrect. Let's see that how much. Now these are static questions, right? Typical static questions. Okay, so split between the answers. The right answer is Hubli. I mean, instead of Hubli, it is Mysore. I'm sure you must have heard of Mysore. Mysore in Karnataka is a place which is the 4th place. So Devas, Nasik, Mysore, and Salboni. Now Devas and Nasik are controlled by Government of India, and Mysore and Salboni are controlled by Reserve Bank of India, right? So that these 4 places, 2 under Government of India, 2 under Reserve Bank of India. So these are the places where these currency notes are printed. So some new knowledge for of you. Let's see the next question. Question number 12. What is the length of Purvanchal Expressway that was inaugurated recently by Prime Minister Narendra Modi? 302, 316, 327 or 341 kilometers? Now why I ask this question is, if you see CMAT pattern, sometimes they ask very, very random questions related to length also, right? Last year there was a question that the height of Mount Everest has been increased by how many centimeters? Then there was one question on some bridge last to last year. They asked that what is the length of that bridge or something like that. So they might ask such a random questions. That is why I put this question in the quiz. So yes, it is 340.8. So round off, it will be 341 kilometers. Right, Purvanchal Expressway recently inaugurated, the largest expressway currently in India. Okay, and it's in Uttar Pradesh. Right, so the length is 341 kilometers. Correct. Let's move on to the next question. When is National Education Day observed? 31 August, 11 November, 20 November, or 7th of October? National Education Day. So National Education Day, yes, as most of you answered it correctly, it is observed on 11th of November. Birth anniversary of Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. So based on his birthday, day is observed. So we had recently discussed this when I was discussing about some important days of recent past. We had discussed. Well, let's see the next question. Who recently received the Ramanujan Prize for Young Mathematicians? Neena Gupta, Manindra Agarwal, Urmila Apte, Anisha Ghosh. GK is more of static. I would say that out of 25, like it's almost similar numbers. Uh, let's say it could be like this year they will have 20, so maybe 12 to 13 static and 7, 8 current affairs. Right? Last year they had some 14, 11, 13, 12. That was the thing. Right? So Neena Gupta is the right answer. I'm sure you read current affairs. That is why the accuracy is high in those. Let us see the next question and see how if you can answer this. Birsa Munda was an Indian tribal freedom fighter from which states? Assam, Nagaland, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh. Birsa Munda, a famous tribal uh, freedom fighter. Yes, he was from Ranchi. Okay, so that is about him. Yes, most of you got this one. So Priyansh, yes, you can Google, no harm in that. But yes, if you want to compete and if you want to win, obviously Google might help you answering. But like if you know it, you can answer it faster. What is the capital of Barbados? Georgetown, Kingston, Port of Spain, Bridgetown. Now this was something Barbados was asked this time in this. Your intestine also they had asked. That was the thing that I was focusing on multiple times. Capital of Barbados. Okay, yes. Uh, some of you did get it wrong also. So Bridgetown is the capital of Barbados. Georgetown is of Guyana, right? Then Kingston is of Jamaica, from where you have this Chris Gale and others. I mean, these are all West Indian countries, right? Then you have Port of Spain is the capital of Trinidad and Tobago. TNT, that is the capital Port of Spain. All right, let's see the next question. Manu Bhaker is related to which sport? Shooting, table tennis, archery, badminton. Manu Bhaker. PT, archery, badminton. Yes, the right answer is shooting. She is a shooter. Okay. All right. Next question. Question number 18. Where a company has control over another company, it is known as what? Government company, associate company, holding company, subsidiary company. So something from I and E, innovation and entrepreneurship. I have not included much questions, just a few. Just give you the taste that what are the things that might be asked, right? And tomorrow onward, right, we shall have some sessions on innovation and entrepreneurship. So do watch those. Well, the right answer is holding company. So holding company is the company that has control over another company, right? And the company that is controlled is called a subsidiary company, right? So you hear about that some parent company, right? So that parent company is the holding company, and subsidiary company is the company that is held by the other company. Okay. All right. Let's see the next question. Question 19. Two more questions, and then we shall see the leaderboard again and see that who has been leading now. Which of the following countries have been recently added to the Financial Action Task Force grey list? So FATF, Financial Action Task Force, that's an organization that lists countries based on like financial, financing for terrorism. So if a country is found like doing ill practices of financing terrorism, those countries are marked in grey list, right? So there were three countries that were marked recently. So these are Jordan, Mali, and Turkey. Okay, so Pakistan is already a part of that. So there are around 21 countries that are part of this FATF grey list. So these three countries were recently added to it. Okay? So Turkey, Jordan, and Mali were the three. Well, let's see question number 20, and after this we shall look at the leaderboard again. Who was the first recipient of Dadasaheb Phalke Award? Prithviraj Kapoor, Devika Rani, Pankaj Malik, B.N. Reddy. Now, Dadasaheb Phalke Award is the highest honor in Indian cinema. This year it was given to your Rajinikanth, and recently, in last time in 2019, it was given to Amitabh Bachchan. Okay, so who was the first recipient of this award? Dadasaheb Phalke Award. The right answer is Devika Rani. She was awarded this award in 1969. Okay, first recipient. Prithviraj Kapoor was given this award in 1971, and he was the first person to receive it posthumously. Right. So Prithviraj Kapoor and one more person, Vinod Khanna. They are the only two people who have received it posthumously. Right. So it is the highest honor in Indian cinema. This year it was given to Rajnikant. I'm sure you must have heard of that Rajnikant received this award this time, but maybe you might not be aware of. You might be not be aware of this first recipient. All right, so let's see the leaderboard and see that whether Maheshwari is leading or someone else has can they lead, or what happened to Damru Chacha. Okay, so Damru Chacha couldn't get too many correct and has slipped to the 9th position. Okay, or maybe he left in between. So Maheshwari is still leading. Right, then we have Singhania ji. He was the fastest during this phase and has jumped to the 2nd position, very closely followed by Priyansh from NIT Raipur, and then the none and only Vishu, Tej, Dr. Centipede, Sam, Damru Chacha has slipped to 9th position. Maybe he lost network, or I don't know why he slipped to that, or he answered too many incorrect. And Simba at the 10th position. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying this quiz. So please do like the session. And the ones who want to join, you can still participate, right? You have a good chance that you can make it to the top 10 also, right? So just go to the site menti.com and use the code 92898917. It's fun to play that way. I mean, like you can answer here also, but when you participate using this format, you have the thrill, right? That you are competing with people you want to score. You want to score well, right? Okay, so let's see the next question. Question number 21. When was Hong Kong transferred back to China by Britain? 1999, 1997, 1995, 1992. So Deepali, we have sessions for everything. We have classes for English, maths, reasoning, everything, right? You subscribe to our channel and watch the videos over there. Okay, the right answer is 1997. So 1st of July 1997, Hong Kong was transferred back to China. So this was a part of China, and it was acquired by Britain, right, for over 150 years, and then transferred back in 1990s. Let's move on to the next question. Echo, which recently became a unicorn, is a or an dash company. Wellness, EdTech, General Insurance, Analytics. So some sort of current affairs from I and E, right? Do read about some like some startups which have become unicorn or companies that have gone for IPO. Okay? Echo is a company. You must have heard of this, right? Advertisement also on television. Right, so it's a general insurance company. It became a unicorn, and unicorn, I'm sure you must be aware of that, a company that has a valuation of $1 billion. Okay, so that became the unicorn and the insurance company. Okay, here's the next question. How many countries were founding members of UN? So UN was formed in 1945, right, 24th October 1945. How many countries were initially part of UN? India was also one of the countries. India was a part of UN from the beginning itself. Okay, different responses, increasing graph. Yes, 51 countries. Okay, so there are 51 countries that were part of United Nations in 1945 when it was formed. Okay, all right. So let's move on to the next question. Who is the owner of recently introduced IPL team Gujarat Titans? Will watch cricket, right? They are excited about IPL. Okay, but you should also know these businesses groups that have IPL. Who are the owners of different teams? Owner of Gujarat Titans. Yes, the right answer is CVC Capital Partners that bid for Gujarat Titans. GMR Group is jointly the owner of Delhi Daredevils. GMR and JSW they own Delhi Daredevils. Sun TV Network, Sunrisers Hyderabad. Then RP Sanjeev Goenka Group is the owner of that. What is that? Lucknow Super Giants. Okay, RP Sanjeev Goenka is of Lucknow Super Giants. CVC Capital Partners is the right answer. Okay. All right. So let's move to the next question. Which article of the Indian Constitution is considered as the heart and soul of the Constitution? 368, 125, 51, 32. Okay, the right answer is Article 32. Considered, I mean, that was named by this B.R. Ambedkar itself. It talks about uh, the prevention of constitution. Okay, let's see the next one. The schedule under which founders and employees must remain in the company before receiving their full share of equity is called vesting, pivot, incubation, disruption. Okay, so something from again I and E. I've put some questions from that also so that you get a flavor that what kind of things you can get. Okay, yes. Some of you answered incubation as well, right? The right answer is vesting. So vesting period, like, see what happens is, like if founders and there are some other people who are given stocks of the company, stock options. Okay, that is the shares of the company. So what they have a rule that they have to be in the company for certain number of years. Let us say 5 years, 4 years. So that will depend from company to company. Generally, it is 4 or 5 years. So that is called a vesting period. Okay, so for that time, the person has to remain in the company. Otherwise, they won't get the share of that company. So, for example, let us say whatever is promised to you. Let us say you are given 2% share of the company. Okay, and the vesting period is 4 years. So for 1 year you will get 0.5%. If you stay for 2 years you will get 1%. If you stay for 3 years you will get 1.5%. You stay for 4 years, then you will get 2%. Then after that, if you leave, you will get the whole allotted share to you, right? So that is called a that is called a vesting period. Okay. Okay, let's look at the next question. Sage and sacred portals have been launched for the benefit of which class of people? SC/ST, senior citizens, farmers, defense personnel. There are two portals launched by the government, Sage and Sacred. What are these portals for? Which class of people they cater? Okay. So you saw S word and then you answered SC/ST and senior citizens, most of you. So it is basically for senior citizens. So SAGE is senior care aging growth engine. Okay, senior care age growing old engine, and this uh, sacred is senior able citizens for re-employment in dignity. Okay, so basically this sacred is for those, let us say a person who is retired but he or she is capable to work, right? So they can work in some organizations that might require maybe it won't be like a full-time kind of work, maybe as a consultant, right? Expertise, let us say a person worked in an accounting department, right? So maybe they need some person for that role, so they hire those people as well, right? So senior able citizen for re-employment in dignity. So these are the ones for senior citizens. Okay, let's see the next question. Cola chili is found in which state? Cola chili. Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Goa. The thing is, it is a geographical indicator tag also. GI tags, something exclusive to that place that gets a G. Cola chili is in Goa. Most of you got this one right. Here's question 29. Shuttler's flick, making every match count, is the autobiography of which sports person? Shuttler's flick, every match count. Pulela Gopichand, Prakash Padukone, Saina Nehwal, Ashwini. Yes, the right answer is Pulela Gopichand. Right, so this book was launched recently. Okay, so at times books and authors from recent books are also. This is an autobiography of Pulela Gopichand. So all these are badminton. Okay, now it's question number 30, and we shall have a look at the leaderboard again and then see that who has been leading. So is it Maheshwari or someone else, the leader? Which country has the highest coal reserves in the world? India, Russia, US, China. Highest coal reserve. Okay, mixed responses. So it is with US, right? By far the highest. Okay, then China must be second. India is the top five. India is, I think, fourth or fifth. Okay, then you have Russia, you have Australia also has very high reserves. India and Australia have close numbers. Okay, but US has by far the highest coal reserves. Okay, all right. So let's look at the leaderboard again and see that who has been leading thus far and who are in the top 10 again. So this time Damru Chacha is back with some points. He was the fastest during, no, Priyansh was the fastest during this phase and has jumped to the second position. So Maheshwari is still leading, followed by Priyansh, then Singhania ji, the none and only he's constant at rank 4. Then we have Vishu. Damru Chacha has jumped to the sixth position. Then Tej, Dr. Centigrade, Sam, and KB. So the top 10, the 10 people remain the same, just the change in their rankings. Okay, so I hope you love playing this quiz. So please do like the session as well. Okay, so let's move on to the last 10 questions. The last 10 questions for the day, exciting ones. Let's see the question number 31. The Habibganj railway station was recently renamed as Rani Kamlapati railway station. In which city is this railway station located? Jabalpur, Aligarh, Gorakhpur, Bhopal. Yeah, Purva is and the none and only. Nice. Habibganj railway station was recently renamed as Rani Kamlapati railway station. Yes, the right answer is Bhopal. So she was formerly the Queen of Bhopal. Okay, so on her name they have the railway station as Rani Kamlapati. Correct. Okay, next question, question number 32. How many stanzas does the complete song Jan Gan Man have? 3, 4, 5, or 6? So the national anthem that we have, that is just the first stanza. What we sing is just the first stanza. So it's a very long song. Only the first stanza is has been taken as the national anthem of it. How many stanzas does the original song have? Now this is some static GK, random GK. Yes, there are 5 stanzas. Some of them answered 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 5 stanzas. Okay, so if you want to read that, you can read that. What are the other stanzas? Okay, so only the first stanza is taken as the national anthem of India, the one Punjab sing. Okay. Well, let's move on to question number 30. Who has been appointed as the new Director General of Narcotics Control Bureau? Sanjay Kumar Mishra, Satyanarayan Pradhan, Vinod Bihari Singh, or Biplab Kumar Roy? G of NC. Well, most of you got this answer right. Satyanarayan Pradhan is the PG. The traditional festival Boita Bandana is observed in which state annually? Tradition related question, right? These are one of the favorites. This time also there was a question on this thing. Mm, in Disney also there were some questions related to traditions. Culture is something. So they expect you to know the festivals, the dance forms of different states. Okay, so it seems people just guess the answer. No, right, and different different responses for different options. The right answer is Odisha. Okay, next question. Which country recently set the Guinness record for the world's largest orchestra? Denmark, South Korea, Venezuela, Canada. So do you read about some Guinness records also? I mean, they have something in news. Okay, sometimes such questions are also asked. So it is there was an orchestra of over 8,500 people, right? So that was in Venezuela. Okay, so they had an orchestra of some 8,500 plus. Okay, that is the right answer. Okay, question number 36. Which country gifted the Statue of Liberty to US? Static question, but expect people to know this correctly. Yes, the right answer is France, and this was in somewhere in 1880s, 1884 or 1886. I'm not recalling the year, but it was presented by France, gifted by France. Okay, very common static question. The village Pochampally was selected for the Best Tourism Villages Award by the UNWTO. In which state is the village located? United Nations World Tourism Organization. They awarded this place, Pochampally, for the Best Tourism Village Award. Where is this village located? Telangana, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. In India, these options are easy to create, right? When you get some place from South India, you name four of the five states. You get something from Northeast, you pick any of the four of the seven states. Then you get from some other place, right? You name states accordingly. Get some hill stations, then you can name some of the hilly states. The right answer is Telangana. Okay, so Roshan is from that place. Great. The question on your hometown. So, Roshan, in case you get selected for some personal interview, you should know about this place, right? Many times, what happens is they ask you questions related to your hometown. So it applies to everyone, like whichever place you are from, you get selected for these PIs. So do read about that place. Maybe if that person, one of the panelists, is from nearby place, might be knowing things about there. So do have knowledge about your place as well. So we have three more questions to go. Right, last three questions, and let's see that who leads the quiz today. What is the full form of NFT? NFT is a term related to blockchain. So a lot of thing in news. In one of the dictionaries, I don't know which dictionary, this was the word of the year. Not Oxford. One of the dictionaries had wax as the word of the year. One of the dictionaries had this NFT as the word of the year. So it is related to blockchain, cryptocurrency. These are some things which are hot talk these days. Right. So it is non-fungible token. So like it's a kind of thing that cannot be altered, right? So you cannot change these things in a blockchain. NFT is non-fungible. I think in one of the examination also it was asked. Yeah, it came in that exactly. World's longest pedestrian suspension bridge, 516 Arouca Bridge, is in which country? It is called 516 Arouca Bridge because it is 560-meter long. Longest pedestrian suspension bridge. World's longest pedestrian suspension bridge. 516 Arouca Bridge. Yes, that is in Portugal. It was inaugurated in 2016, 2021 only, somewhere in May, June. It is in Portugal. Well, now it's the last question of the day. Okay, and let's try to answer this correctly. Which food tech startup was called Foodie Bay when it started? Swiggy, Uber Eats, Pasus, Zomato. So you sometimes you do get some very random questions, right? So these are those random questions uh, which people do not prepare for. That is out of the box thing. Might have some relevance somewhere, but like for example, I took this because it was Zomato that had gone for IPO. Okay, so yes, Zomato was earlier called Foodie. I mean, in the beginning, started in 2008, okay, and in 2010, the name was changed to Zomato. It started with the name Foodie initially. Well, let's see the leaderboard, the final leaderboard that who has been the winner for today, whether it's Maheshwari or someone else. Okay, so during this phase, the fastest was W Chacha, but again, Maheshwari won this, right? And only there was one shift. I saw the graph, just Vijay went to the ninth position, over just over Sam, and others retained their same position. So Maheshwari is the winner for the day with 31,800 points. Then Priyansh from NIT Raipur, Singhania ji, one and only, and then Vishu are the other ones in the top five. Right, so congratulations, Maheshwari, and the others who participated in the quiz. I hope you enjoyed this. Right, so we have this every Sunday at 9 p.m. Okay, so till CMAT we shall run this questionnaire so that you have some fun time with me, right? Answering some of the questions, participating in a quiz. It is always fun to participate in those things, plus get some valuable knowledge things as well. Most of the things I'm sure you already must be reading. Some things you will definitely gain from there. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this quiz. And as I said that we will be having sessions on innovation and entrepreneurship as well on our channel. Right, so please do subscribe to our channel and watch those sessions. Okay, so that's it from my side for today. Thanks for watching this video and participating in the quiz. Good night and take care.